Hello and welcome to my channel. I love sharing with you, and today I have a card that I would like to share with you, and it's this fun fold card known as an Easel tuck card. I discovered this on Sam Colcott's Mixed Up Craft YouTube channel, and as you can see, it does stand upright and it tucks into this little stopper here. Actually, I've put two stoppers on mine, and it has this easel form so that it easily stands erect. And when you open it up, you have plenty of room for a message and for any additional decoration which you might like to add. It's super quick to make, super easy, and if you'd like to learn how, stick with me and I'll show you how. The finished size of this Easel tuck card is going to be 6 by 6. We start with a piece of card that is cut at 11.5 by 6 inches, and then you'll need another piece that is cut at 9 by 5.25. The 11.5 is going to form the main body of the card, and this is going to be the flap. So for the card that is cut at 11.5, score it at 2 7/8, and then at 5 3/4, and then turn your card over and score on that 5 3/4 line once again, just to help those fibers break down, because this is where it's going to be folding back and forth. So the 2 7/8 portion is folded into a mountain fold, so it's going up in a peak like that, and then the 5 3/4 is going to be a valley fold like that. It's going inward. So what it becomes is a bit like a Z card on its side. Now for the 9-inch piece, you want to put that into the scoreboard at the 9-inch side and score it at 5 inches. And just fold it and burnish it. And you'll see now that one side is longer than the other, and that's fine. That's what you want. This is how it's going to go together. You have this piece. This is the 5 3/4 inch section, and it's going to have the flap glued onto it like that, and then it will come over to help form the tuck part of the card. So the next thing to do is to apply the mat. Now I've cut the center out of my mat just to save on the cardstock and the weight, and this piece is cut at 5 3/4 by 5 1/2, and this is where the flap is going to be attached. It's going to be right on top of this. Let's get this down now. You'll see that that will be fixed on top of that, but I'm not going to put that down yet. I've got some more decoration I need to do, and for these two sections here, I've got mats for those, and these are cut at 2 5/8 by 5 3/4. I'm going to actually have layers on top of these, but you don't have to have them on both if you don't want. You could just put it on this one here, which is the front of the card, but I'm going to have it on both of mine. So I'm going to get this down next, Layers for these have been cut to 2 3/8 by 5.5. This will be on the front, which is that panel at the very bottom there. Like I said, you don't have to put mats on both of these. You could just have them on one and then just leave the other plain. Put that aside for a moment. Bring in the flap, and the pieces that are going to decorate this again are another mat, which I've cut the middle out of. This is 5 by 4 3/4, and then for our message we've got this piece of white, which is cut at 4 3/4 by 4.5. So that's going to go on here like that. So we'll put it on. Now this is going to go here on this largest piece of the flap. Is going to get attached like that with this fold over bit at the top, and then it's going to come over the front. So this is the front piece, and I'm going to go ahead and decorate that before I attach the rest of this. And for this I have a mat that is cut at 5 inches by 3 3/4 inches, and my layer is 4 3/4 by 3.5. As you can see, this card is really going together quite quickly. Now, for this front piece, which, as I said, is going to go here, you could, of course, have your sentiment on top, but you could also, if you wanted to, turn it into a shaker card. And if you wanted to do that, you would use the same dimensions as I've already shown you, except that you would make it into a shaker. But I'm not going to do that for this one. I'm just going to have this on top. Pattern paper. It's gorgeous paper. This is an old pack from Crafter's Companion. I think it was called Kimono, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So now we can attach the flap to the rest of the card, to the main part. You could use double-sided tape, of course. You don't have to use glue. That will work just as well. So that is going to go here, like that. Give that a bit of pressure. And then we have plenty of room here for a message. If you wanted to, you could decorate this as well. Or you could use that for your message and maybe stamp something in here or decorate it inside of there as well. So now we have the beginnings of our easel. We'll have our stopper here. We want to go ahead and decorate the front of the card next. This piece that says Dream Forever, and what this is, it's a sticker from this pad here, which I then just mounted on a little bit of cardstock so that I could put some foam pads on the back of it and give it a little more dimension, not a lot. These are just 1 mil pads, so gives it just a little bit of depth. Take the backings off of those. To come in here like that. Green forever. Right. Now for the easel, as with any easel card, you're going to need a stopper. And for that, I've got this little heart here that I found in my stash. And I'm going to have it here on the front. The pad is going to be here towards the tip. And I'll have it as close as I can without it getting caught in there onto this flap here, so that it will tuck in like that. And there. You can see that it stands upright, and that little tuck right there goes right behind the little stopper, and then it will also still fold flat. You can have it like that, of course, or you could just put it in your envelope or your card box. And I'm just going to add a couple more things to finish it off. You can see I've added this rose embellishment here onto the front, and that is on foam tape, and as you can see, it also makes another stopper, which was a happy little accident. Then I also put in this sentiment here, and I've still got room to write a message here, or indeed up here as well. And like I said, you could just leave this as the mat, or you could indeed put more white cardstock here and have another message, or do some stamping, whatever you like. Here is your fun fold easel tuck card. Not difficult to make. It comes together actually very quickly and doesn't require a whole lot of materials other than, of course, your card for your card base as well as your flap. As you see, it stands up so that you can display it, but will fold flat for posting. Thank you so much for coming today to watch this video tutorial, and I hope you'll hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future posts that I'll be making. If you're subscribed, thank you so much indeed. And if you're not, why not consider subscribing today? You can always leave a comment, a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and if you have a friend that you think might enjoy the content on this channel, please share with them as well. Until next time, please stay safe, and crafty hugs. Bye.